At the National Entrepreneur Center, I'm David Highland of SCORE Orlando, along with Lucy Polito, the legendary Lucy Polito, host of the What's the Score radio program. And Lucy, I see we have another guest here. And I think you are in the program. You're one of the speakers.
I am. I'm excited to be here with you all.
It is, and this is a very unusual name. You probably will never hear this first name again. Servola Fraizer.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Servola. It's a hard name to say because I've never said that word before, ever.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me, you guys. I'm great to be here.
We are happy to have you, and you are unique.
Yes, I am.
You do some wonderful things.
Yes.
You have a business. The business is successful.
Yes.
And that is what you talk about, right?
Yes.
Success.
Yes.
And you're proven that you have been successful. So what we want to know is, tell us about what you do, what you're doing, and how you're going to get to continue to make this man successful.
Yes, and you're in the, I said you're in the elevating people game.
Yes.
You are helping people to elevate themselves.
Yes, so I am Servola Fraizer. I'm the CEO of Motivate Enterprises and the founder of the Success Center. And my work is really centered around helping businesses thrive because I believe that we build strong communities by building thriving businesses. It doesn't get past me that small businesses is the bedrock of our communities. And as I begin to do my work in this training and development space and just going into organizations and saying, hey, I have this training that I want to share with you, I started recognizing that a lot of businesses weren't ready for a lot of different things. And so we began to shift the model of the work that we did, and that winded up being very profitable for us. And recognizing that we can provide more of a wraparound support for our clients instead of just that one and done solution. And over time, we started to realize that that could be very catalytic for businesses to help them to, number one, get to the place to where they feel comfortable that they're actually doing it right. And then being able to keep doing it right and actually start generating more income and more revenue so that before long, they're actually operating in their secret sauce and being able to pour back into the communities in which they serve. So I love the work that I do, and I love being able to elevate people, but also elevating businesses. It's really huge.
And that's what the business is all about, right?
Yes.
Because every business wants to progress. They want to keep on going forward. I assume you have a website?
Yes. Motivate Enterprises. Well, I should say motivate.enterprises is our website. Yes.
Okay, great. And is there a particular type of business client for you, or anybody can come to you?
So I would say anybody could come to me, but obviously we all know that I can't serve everybody in the world, right? And so we're always looking for businesses that really want to see their businesses go to the next level. And by investing in their greatest asset, which is their people. And I find that when we get businesses, or when I'm having that opportunity to speak to a business owner that really values the people that work for them, but maybe they've gotten caught up in the momentum of driving towards that bottom line, but they forgot about the health and wellness of the culture that they're having within their organization. Those are the type of folks that I love to work with. Recently I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, hey, what has been like the most unique thing that you've worked on lately? And I was telling them that I started this work with this organization, who I will not name names, and they brought me in to do a strategic session with their senior leadership. So we're doing the C-suite, and they're kind of fighting like cats and dogs. Like the gloves are off, and nobody's fighting fair. And I'm like watching this, like, am I going to have to pull these toddlers apart? Thinking back to my days as a mom when I had 3 kids in the house, and just really trying to navigate through that. But what I began to realize was that this was a part of the culture within that organization. And so as I had conversations with the CEO and really started to pull back the layers, we began to discover that there were some habits and there were some things that were made normal within the organization that were actually hindering the organization's progress. And so we were able to build a strategy to increase empathy, but also to elevate the type of culture and revitalize the culture within that organization. So those are the types of organizations that I like to work with, where we can kind of get hands-on, but also be that true partner. Because I think a lot of folks say, well, we're going to be your training partner, and we're going to be your this partner, and you're that partner. But you see them and then you don't see them. I'm the type of business, and Motivate, it really is a type of business. Even when we're not doing business with you, we're still calling to check on you. We still want to have that relationship because we recognize that if you're thriving, then you can help your community to thrive, right?
You know, and so many businesses need sometimes an outside person to come in and tell them, basically, or advise them on what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. So. And motivating people is not an easy thing to do.
I know.
Especially when you're working and you have a lot of pressure within the company that you have to produce, you have to do, you have to sell, you have to buy, whatever it is you have to do. It's a tough thing to come in and try to motivate these folks.
It really is. And I find that it's, businesses have to, especially leaders within those organizations, have to find the sweet spot within there, right? Because you're not going to be able to be everybody's friend, but you have to lead well. And leading well is going to look different for every person because our makeup is different, our personalities are different, how we operate is different. And when we recognize and we can embrace that difference, but also bring the right people alongside of us to help where we may have those weaknesses, and be that for us, that helps to elevate what we're doing.
And the thing to recognize in any business is you need all types of personalities to make the business go.
There you go, Lucy. You got it.
You cannot be just, one type of person because that's not going to make your business successful. You have to have a variety of people. And we're all different.
Yes.
And it's difficult to manage different personalities. Not too many people have that talent.
No, you're right. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that the most. Is how do I get my people to understand me? How do I speak in a way that, because I really am here for them, but they don't believe me, they don't trust me. And as soon as trust is broken, then you can say anything. They'll never believe you. So working on how you communicate effectively, that's a large part of the work that I do, because we recognize that even the data supports that organizations that effectively communicate actually generate more revenue over a 4-year period than those who don't. And organizations that are struggling or have that lack of communication, they're actually losing close to, when we talk about Fortune 500 type companies, over $100 and something million a year. And I don't know about you, I don't have $100 and something million to just give up every year to not work on communication. I don't know, maybe some of you guys do, but I would think that most organizations would want to stop the bleeding, fix it so that they can be even more profitable in the marketplace.
Now, do you specialize in all sizes of business or primarily small businesses? Or what size would be
So
your
we've been reached out to by all sizes of businesses. So I'll just be perfectly honest with that. So we do work with all types of businesses. Our sweet spot, however, are really those small to mid-sized businesses. Those folks who are leaning or anywhere between 200 or 300 people, or even those who maybe they have a smaller organization, about 30 or so people, because our nonprofits are in like the 30 to 50 people range, and then the for-profits are in the 200 to 300 people range, right? So yeah.
Well, we certainly appreciate your presence here. You were a great speaker. We appreciate that. And we hope to have you again next year. But give me what do you think about this? How did you see this so far?
Well, I love events like this, especially when you have an opportunity to inspire entrepreneurs. I think of it like this. When I first started out, and I left my good old government job that I tell people to start my own business. And even my family were a little bit confused. Though they've known me all my life, they were still like, are you going to go back and get another job? And I was like, no, I'm not. And having these types of conferences are really significant for entrepreneurs because it gives them an outlet. It puts them around people who believe in what they're doing. And we need more of that. So I think this is great. And I think that the way that it's geared towards women entrepreneurs, which we already know are growing at 5 times the rate of entrepreneurs nationwide, that we're leading that charge, I think is significant because we need that investment.
And it's the opportunity to network And
Absolutely.
that's the one thing that we are not very good at. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that SCORE has provided this opportunity to everyone.
I'm grateful for that, and I also think that when we're starting to think about not just networking and building relationships, but even taking that one step further to collaborations. I think about when businesses first started, way back in the day, before I was ever born and before you guys were born. We used to do what we call the bartering system, and where did that go away to? But really, what that was is good old-fashioned collaboration. Right? Being able to bring my expertise and your expertise to the table, and we help each other and lift each other so that all of our businesses thrive.
One more time, how you can, how people can engage with you.
Well, you can get me on all the social media channels up underneath the hashtag, the link. It's Coach Servola, but you can also go to my website at motivate.enterprises. Thank
you very much, Servola. We appreciate your time. And I appreciate the fact that you still think I'm young.
Yay! All right. Thank you, guys.